Welcome, everyone. You're watching SportsbookReview.com, and we're going through the college bowls. And this is a massive game between the midshipmen of the Navy and the Wildcats of Kansas State. I'm joined by the big Ragoo and the big boss. And whenever I watch the Navy, how does Malcolm Perry get away with what he gets away with? He's a one-man team. He runs. He very rarely passes. So, big Ragoo first. Why don't they just stop him?
Because he's a tough son of a bitch to stop. That's number one. By the time they get to him, he's already back, in second and third tier on the defense. And one thing that K-State can do, they do have some good DBs, athletic guys back there that are pretty sharp. Kleiman's got these kids coached up pretty well. But the reason Perry gets all them yards, you blink your eye, he's already back in second and third tier defensive. So he's when Navy rushes for 300 yards, they're 9-0. So the key thing, like you said, you got to stop Perry, and he's a one-man band more or less. So that's what they're going to be up against. Now, one thing about K-State too is they're dead last in FBS in red zone defense. They allow their teams to score almost 99% of the time once they get down in the red zone. But I think this game is going to have a lot of long drives. Now the turnover ratio, they're pretty even there. So it's all going to be about Perry and not letting him get secondary yardage, slow him down.
Big boss, we're off to Memphis for the Liberty Bowl. They're 10-2, the Navy. I can't believe they've got away with what they've got away with. But they're only giving up 3 with Heritage at plus 100. It was minus 2.5. It's moving towards the Navy. Are you happy to give up the 3 at plus 100 with Heritage?
Now, I'm not too fond of military teams. I've said it once. I'll probably say it 1,000 times. But in this situation right here, we got a K-State team whose claim to fame was, that Oklahoma game. And since, they haven't really did much. Although they have played some great opponents, this team, kind of a lower tier team overall. And they're playing a Navy team that's, high on their horse right now. And they're going from something they don't rarely ever see over there in the Big 12, which is that running attack that the Navy has. That's more of a passing conference over there. So they're going to be taking a look at this running attack right here. And this running attack is going to be a little bit too much for them, especially in the first half. I like Navy early in this one, in the first half. And the reason that Perry's able to do what he's able to do is because discipline is the key. When you run those type of offenses with disciplined players who know their assignment, it comes together like a chain link fence. And it takes the whole team to make the run work like that. Everybody plays their part. But it's just going to be a little bit too much for K-State.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think whenever you have the military organisations going into the bowls, the things that are not even in question is motivation. It's discipline. It's everything they stand for. And I'm quite happy to go and pick up the -3 at Heritage at plus 100. Go over to sportsbookreview.com/Heritage for your plus 100. It was minus 2.5 earlier, so make sure you press that button and everything you want and more is there for you. Just make sure that I'm getting this right. You're happy with the Navy as well, Ragoo?
Yeah, I'm happy giving up. I'd rather give up the 2.5 because I think it's going to be more of a ground control game on both sides. Kansas State does very well, too. They control the clock about 33 minutes a game. And how do you keep Perry from scoring? Keep him off the field. So I know the under's in the low 50s. That might even be a look I might be interested also. But, yeah, I'm going to take Navy minus the 2.5.
Yeah, 52 is the spot. Looks a little bit dicey to me because I fancy both these teams will score, and 52 doesn't give you much of a margin for error. But I'm definitely happy to go with the midshipman, just giving up the 3 and getting positive money. You've got to pay for the juice if you want the 2 and a hook. Okay, make sure you join us next time because we're off to Arizona, and not surprisingly enough, it's the Arizona Bowl. See you soon.